afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lacey, Washington and Saints Field, located on the campus of St. Martin's University, for today's Great Northwest Athletic Conference soccer match between the visiting Yellow Jackets of Montana State University Billings and your St. Martin University Saints. Let's meet the starters for both sides. First, the visiting Yellow Jackets. Starting in goal, number 1, Jeremy Campagnolo. Number 2, Julia Thomas. Number 5, Guillermo Gonzalez. Number 7, Callum Bryan. Number 8, Yarny Fetkenhauer. Number 9, Ty Boland. Number 18, Reese Benjamin. Number 19, Camden Beck. Number 20, Mark Paul Renaud. Number 24, Jack Jared. And number 30, Roddy Lewis. Head coach for Billings is Aaron Champenoy, assisted by Paul Cuevas. And now let's meet the starting 11 for your St. Martin University Saints. Starting in goal, number 1, Nick Mueller. Number 2, Seth Cavada. Number 7, Sean Selenicchio. Number 9, Ryan Lacona. Number 10, Diego Andrade. Number 13, Nathan McClellan. Number 15, David Settle. Number 17, Arjun Gill. Number 19, Angel Alvarado. Number 21, Daniel Shushin. And number 22, Zach Martin. Head coach for the Saints is Rob Walker, assisted by Sebastian Navarro and Giovanni Rodriguez Perez. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you're able, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America with the playing of the national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lacey, Washington for NCAA Division II Men's Soccer. My name is Scott Gladstone. So excited to have you along for today's broadcast between the St. Martin Saints and the visiting Montana State University Billings Yellow Jackets. These two teams come in with matching records, 3 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw overall for the Saints thus far. It has been a win opening the season at Westmont. Stanislaus State just took them down 2-1 to make their schedule 1-1. Then a 3-1 win over Sonoma State. loss versus Chico State, a draw 0-0 versus Colorado Christian, a huge win last week to open the GNAC regular season, or the GNAC slate at Western Washington. That was Xander Koenig finding the winner late in that one in a dramatic finish up in Bellingham, his hometown, and then a loss at Simon Fraser for the Saints last week. So they are 1-1 in conference play, 3-3-1 overall. For the Yellow Jackets of Billings, it is 2 wins out of their 3 against South Dakota School of Mines. The other one comes against NAI at Carroll College. They have a 4-game winless streak going. Started off with a 7-3 loss against Texas A&M International. Not a lot of defense played in that contest. Thin loss against Colorado Mesa, draw 1-1 versus Fort Lewis. And their only GNAC game played was a 2-0 loss at home against the Wolves of Western Oregon University. Jeremy Campagnolo gets the start in goal for the Yellow Jackets. Nick Mueller gets the start for the Saints. Mueller, a big part of the 3 wins that the Saints have been thanks to him. He plays a phenomenal job in goal, and especially that season-opening win at Westmont, he absolutely stood on his head to have the Saints win that one. We'll go over the rest of the starters in a moment, but right now we'll get ready for the opening kickoff. Here, standing at center field, is the Yellow Jackets in yellow. Number 9, Ty Volland will get us started. And we are underway here at 3:02 p.m. Pacific time with the kick ahead. And now it's juggled around in the middle. The rest of the starters for the Yellow Jackets of Montana Buildings: Kolja Thomas gets the start, Guillermo Gonzalez, Callum Bryan, Bjorn Fedkenhauer, Ty Volland, who I just mentioned, who kicked it off, Reese Benjamin, Camden Beck, Mark Paul Renaud, Jack Jarrett, and Roddy Lewis. That makes up the starting 11 alongside of their goalkeeper again, Campagnolo. Nick Mueller just got things into play, passing to his defense. Now the ball forward, running hard, is the Saints' Angel Alvarado Fajardo there, but it's going to be a goal kick for the Yellow Jackets. And now put back into play by Campagnolo. Starters for the Saints: Seth Cabada, Sean Selenikio, Brian Lycona, Diego Andrade, Nathan McClellan, David Settle, Arjun Gill, Angel Alvarado, and Daniel Shushin, and Zach Martin. Currently with possession is the Yellow Jackets. Moving forward up the far sideline, taken away by the Saints. I believe that was McClellan that was a big part of that takeaway. And now back up, Martin with it in the back, across to Lacona. Lacona finds Selenikio, gets a deflection, then back to him. But now the Yellow Jackets have it at midfield. They'll settle with it in the back just a little bit. This is a home opener for the St. Martin Saints. They did play 3 preseason games, non-official matches, as Volland takes some contact but retains possession. Pass it back to a center back there. And now a ball up forward. This one down the sideline, looking for Benjamin, but it's headed away by Cabada. A little bit of contact there. Both sides kind of held up for a moment as this ball's gathered in the box. Cross across the box there from Callum Bryan, but kicked away by the Saints. Nothing doing on that one. Now the throw-in coming from Camden Beck. Right back to Beck, who will put it up near the mouth of goal, but nobody gets a clean head to it, and it gets all the way across. Now Renaud with it. Renaud Back up, another cross coming in. Martin deflects. And McClellan will boot that one way out on the far sideline. Saints have the throw in on the far side here. And they'll get another throw in. That one's deflected out into touch by the Yellow Jackets once again. Yellow Jackets looking in, nobody there. Saints rebuff. Renaud with it, Renaud on the far side. Some contact back and forth with David Settle before it goes out off of the Yellow Jackets. And a throw coming for the Saints once again on the far sideline in their defensive half. Not a place you want to give it away easy. And it is given back to the Yellow Jackets before now Selenikio picks it off. And we'll head up a fast break the other way. And it's slowed up, given to Copata, one of the captains for the Saints. Lacona just gave a tough ball back to his keeper. Mueller handles it well, though, gets it to Martin. Arjun Gill with it now on the far sideline, back to Martin. And now they'll run it back through the keeper. That one deflected off of Reese Benjamin from the boot of Kobata, out for a throw. Kobata then throws it in, gets it to Alvarado. Now Andrade will dribble through. He takes some contact there. Nice through ball, however. Now looking for options in the middle. I believe that's Gill over there. Dropped off, maybe a shot off, but not much on it, as it was deflected at the point of contact. Probably won't even go down as a shot. As now it's David Settle with it on the far side. Back to Lacona at midfield. Lacona and Martin will slow things down and look to re-attack. McClellan with it on the far side, passes to Gill. That's Shushin that had a touch on it. Now back to Lacona. Looking at this ball, tried to slice it through the middle, and all that the Billings Yellow Jackets could do with it. Number 19 there, Camden Beck, just put it out for a throw. Seth Kobata will stand on the near sideline, take the throw in. Tried a nifty move there, did Diego Andrade, but it was rebuffed by Benjamin, and now a counter starting the other way. Leading up the break is Callum Bryan. Drops it down the right side, and a good slide tackle made there by Nathan McClellan on Renaud. Renaud gets up. He did not like the contact that he got, and that was Renaud fouling McClellan there to earn a free kick for the Saints. Zach Martin back there is the man to take the free kick, put it back into play. Just over 7 minutes gone here. Arjun Gill with it. Little 1-2 between Gill and Andrade. Now Lacona looking down the sideline at Kobata. Kobata looking forward, is kicked up and out of play. Kobata will throw. Looks in at Alvarado. Alvarado takes some contact, goes down. No foul, says the referee. Andrade then will as now it's being floated around the midfield. Good elusive move for a half second there by Roddy Lewis before he had the ball taken away. Now the Saints coming the other way. What a shot there! A crack sent in by Daniel Shushin. Shot it to the wide left of the goal. As that one, Shushin, on the season, he does have a goal. 5 total shots. That was just his 6th. As now Campagnolo will send it back into play on the goal kick. Saints right now winning most of the possession in the midfield as this one does fall to Billings. They've had a couple crosses across the face of goal as Kobata puts that one up, partially clears it, and it does fall to Selenikio, who will now try and run for some space before getting the ball taken away from him. And there is a foul called there, either Selenikio or Settle. I believe they're calling it on Settle and having a conversation with him. Took down Ty Volland, and this is going to be a free kick in a little bit of a dangerous spot here for Billings. A little bit too far out to take a shot, but they're definitely going to have an opportunity to try and find a yellow jersey near goal there. Put in, high arcing ball. Mueller will collect. That one probably might go down as a shot just because Mueller would have saved a possible goal there. There was a collision with number 9 Volland there. And that was number 8, Bjarne Fedkenhauer, that had that free kick that is going to go down as a shot on goal for him. Ball's back into play. Luckily, both Mueller and Volland, who were involved with that collision, are okay. Dave will settle now with it on the far side. Goes across to Lacona. Looks forward. Selenikio with it right now at midfield. Alvarado has it poked away. Settle battling for it inside. Back to Selenikio. He looks forward. Ball to run on. Can somebody get to it? Alvarado will get there. He'll try and cross it in. It wasn't a great attempt to cross it in, but it's deflected out of play by Kolya Thomas, and it's the first corner of the game for either side. As it looks to be Diego Andrade to take the corner. Waiting for it, of course, there's the big target of David Settle. Gets it in. It's a shot by Arjun Gill, deflected. And falls to Andrade, who had it taken away from him. Now good hustle there from Seth Kobata, who has a beautiful slide tackle, and it goes off of the yellow jacket and out of play for a St. Martin's throw. And that's going to be a pretty ticky-tacky foul call there. And then Reese Benjamin came up. He didn't like it, and he shot that one between his legs like he was a long snapper on the football field. Center ref gives him a stern talking to and nothing more. This one looped over top by Kobata on the free kick. David Settle gets to it, but it goes off of his shin and out of play for a MSUB throw. And off the throw, it goes out off the Yellow Jackets. Now the Saints have a throw here. Selenikio will throw it short to Alvarado. Alvarado negotiating with it around in the edge of the penalty box, and they immediately call a foul as Alvarado goes down. It was a penalty signaled by the center referee, and now the assistant ref down there wants to have a conversation. Alvarado was taken down. And now I believe he might change the call here and call it a foul outside the box. It still will be a free kick in a dangerous position. Diego Andrade standing over it. Lifts it up. Arjun Gill, I believe, got his head to it and put some sort of effort, but it wasn't enough really to call it a shot. As now it comes out. Good slide tackle by Nathan McClellan, who takes possession right back. Now he gets it to Selenikio, who looks at Andrade. Nice little cut inside by him. Left foot shot is blocked up in the air. McClellan had it briefly, and now it's out to Kobata, who is heading up the back row. Shushin on the far side with it. Some opportunities for the Saints here in the early going. Nearly had a penalty before the assistant referee convinced the center ref to change his mind. Seeing lots of good energy from the St. Martin's bench right now. And it's a throw on the far side. Nathan McClellan is taking the throw for the Saints. Arjun Gill on the receiving end, now looking for option. Floats one across the box, on frame and in, but it's offside. Selenikio put that one in the back of the net as he was all alone on the back post, but an offside goal for the St. Martin Saints, and all it will be is a free kick for MSUB. MSUB back into play. St. Martin's nearly had a penalty. Now they've seen one shot go into the back of the net. But after having the penalty taken away and the goal be called offside, it is nothing to show for it. Still 0-0 here. Just under 15 minutes gone in this home opening fixture for the St. Martin Saints. That's going to be a foul on the far side there. McClellan is knocked down by Volland. And Zach Martin will take the free kick. Volland's still playing up tight there. And now the ball is up, taken away. This is Renaud with it. Renaud keeps possession. Now it's crossed to Benjamin. Benjamin guarded by Kobata, and what a slide tackle from Lacona. You see some great defensive plays from the Saints to get possession back. Now Alvarado has his pocket picked by that of number 8, Bjarn Fedkenhauer. And the ball is knocked up and around before a foul will be called on the Yellow Jackets. Free kick for the Saints after number 20 there, Renaud, fouled number 17, Arjun Gill. Ball back into play. Saints are going from left to right on your screen. If you haven't already picked that up, they're wearing the black jerseys with red lettering. Nice brand new Adidas uniforms there rocking. On the other side, in yellow, going right to left, is MSUB. Oh, Kobata with a nice push through. But it is taken over by the Yellow Jackets and put out of play by their keeper. Keeper Jeremy Campagnolo, 6-foot senior. Transfer from Campbellsville, originally from Copenhagen, Denmark. Good chunk of international recruits on this Yellow Jacket squad. Now the Saints looking for options inside. Turn and a shot. That one's going to go through as a save because it got all the way to the goalkeeper. Good effort there by Selenikio. But still, score knotted at 0. And Campagnolo with a low-driven punt. Do not know how he miskicked that one. Selenikio will now look inside. That was a pass attempt rather than a shot, and it drifts out for a goal kick. Saints right now in control in the early going, despite not having their leading point getter on the field right now. Xander Koenig, who hit the game winner up in Bellingham last Thursday, a week ago tonight. He has 2 goals this season, the only Saint with multiple goals. It's a good job by McClellan there, I believe, to recover from a Martin mistake and clear that ball free. The other game-winning goals for the Saints have been scored by Nathan McClellan and Angel Alvarado. This one booted down the field. Lacona will put it back to Mueller, the keeper. And Billings not running too high of a press right now. They're allowing the back line for the Saints to deal with it. This is going to be a close one. The flag stays down, however. Alvarado shot and blocked. That was a great look forward by Lacona. And it's going to be a Billings throw down the near sideline. Throw-in being taken by Camden Beck. Now lifted up down that far sideline. It's Renaud and McClellan both there. Renaud will get it after it goes off McClellan's head. But then a good step in there by McClellan to intervene and send the ball back to the Saints. Arjun Gill with it. Back to McClellan. Here on the near side, seeing some frustration from Reese Benjamin. Didn't like the defensive marking there. And there was some sort of response by the Saints bench. I think they were asking for a foul there. They're just going to get a throw out of it. Nathan McClellan will take the throw on the far side. He's got options, and he's going to look down at Arjun Gill with it. Gill to Diego Andrade. Andrade lifts it in, deflected around, shot Alvarado, and it is saved by the goalkeeper. That one was tricky business there in the box for the Billings defense. But in the end, shot didn't have enough mustard on it to get by Campagnolo. Campagnolo now urging his defense to press up. Mueller with it. Closest to him was number 7, Callum Bryan there. Now back to Mueller. Saints more than comfortable to play it out of the back and allow their back line to look for options. Lacona, we've seen him. Really great vision from that right center back position. Now the drop off to Kobata, who's surging forward. They tried to get it back to him on a little back heel flip there from Alvarado, but in the end it's hit out for a St. Martin's throw. Andrade dribbling, slicing through the entirety of the field. That's a shot attempt there by Shushin. Nowhere close, off to the left side. The Saints continuing to surge forward and look heavy for options, as it'll be a short goal kick taken to the center back by Campagnolo. And now Billings trying to play it out of the back. Selenikio with the interception. Selenikio is taken down a little bit. Some contact there on the box, but it's not enough, says the center ref. And now a counter coming from Billings. Lifted up on that far side. Renaud gets to it, collects before McClellan with a strong tackle to take the ball away and take him down in suit. Alvarado looking now for Arjun Gill running. Gill looking for options as he puts it in. I believe that was saved by the goalkeeper. Don't know exactly if you call that a shot or not, but it was some sort of effort. Now it's Andrade with it, looking forward. Kobata to Alvarado. Back to Andrade, and they just weren't on the same page there as that one gets by him. And now Billings will come the other way before quickly turning it over. Kobata with the interception. Selenikio is really impressed. He's looked elusive in the middle of the field. And now a foul. No, excuse me. Offside is the call. And Billings will put it back into play.
Just a reminder to the spectators, you're required to stay on this side of the field. You're not allowed on the bench side. No spectators on the bench side of the field. Thank you. Not anymore, you aren't.
Billings with the throw-in. Now a little contact. McClellan goes down, and a great tackle by Shushin, and it's out off of MSU's B. Callum Bryan there with the last touch. His senior out of Grimsby, England, a transfer from Middle Georgia State. McClellan with the throw. He'll take it short to Martin. It goes back to McClellan now, who boots it forward up that sideline. I believe a deflection off of the head of an MSUB player. Nope. Didn't touch anybody in yellow. Throw-in coming for number 24, Jack Jarrett. And he's going to have to do it again because the center ref did not like where he took it from. Bryan now kicks it forward. Lacona will end up collecting a scuffed reception there. Now Andrade looking for options. Gets it forward. Selenikio looking at goal. Going down to try and block that one is number 19, Camden Beck, and he does so successfully. Stops another possible attempt on goal, and there's a nice slide tackle to take the ball away from another Saint. This one deflected around a little bit, still with the Yellow Jackets. Now looking across the field, MSUB with possession. Renaud looking in the middle. That one's over the bar. Number 7 there, Callum Bryan with the header high. 0-0 here. 20 minutes to go. Just under 20 minutes in the first half. Mueller will take the goal kick for the Saints, as they will try and work it out of the back. David Settle with it. No subs for either side thus far. And now Arjun Gill, after the press kind of backfires a little bit. Saints do slow it up, however. Selenikio with it. Selenikio, good look to find Diego Andrade there, who somehow gets to the ball. So crafty with it. Selenikio now looking. This is Alvarado. Alvarado looked at Gill, but just couldn't get it. And Kobata will have to maintain right at the edge of the third. Back it up to center back Zach Martin. Now Lacona with it. A little bit of contact there, enough to throw off Alvarado, possibly trying to receive. Now Campagnola will have it, and he'll wait till somebody forces him to pick it up. Yes. And he'll quickly dispense it to number 2, Kolya Thomas. Center back there, another international on this MSUB roster. He's out of Germany, and there's a foul committed by Kolya Thomas there on Alvarado. Free kick opportunity for the Saints here. First sub now waiting around for the Saints. Lacona will stand over this ball. Looks to be just him. McClellan has shown some good free kick prowess. Lacona pump fakes a short one. 3 on the wall. Shushin is the front target, as there is about 5, I'm counting 5 Saints up. Lacona will fire that one near frame, and that one will go out. Oh, call it a save as it took a touch. And it's a corner for the Saints now. On that far side, Diego Andrade. Andrade floats it in, goes off of a Billings head, and it'll roll out for another corner for the Saints, this time on the near side. Andrade will run across the field. He floats this one in, a little bit too short now, cut off by the front part of the wall, and now Reese Benjamin will try and work his way back, but McClellan is there to back up a potential counter. That ball is out, and now the first subs of the game for both sides will come in.
Substitutions for both sides. Checking into the game for the Yellow Jackets is number 11, Ryoshio Mariota, number 22, Benjamin Banks, and number 10, Vladimir Voigt. Checking in for the Saints is number 5, Cameron Kreider. 10 came in. I don't know who came in. JB, who is 10-4?
Throwing coming forward. MSU Billings here. In for the Saints, making his home debut is freshman Cameron Kreider, 6'1", out of Spokane, Washington. This ball forward one hop and Mueller collects. Also 3 subs coming on for MSUB. Rushiro Merida, as well as Vladimir Vogt, and number 22, Benjamin Banks. Saints throw on the far side. I believe Kreider replaced David Settle, so he will play in the midfield. That ball out off of Arjun Gill. It's going to be a throw for Montana State Billings. Throw taken in, now looked forward. Some back and forth battling there between McClellan and the sub Merida. Zach Martin kicks it forward, headed on. And now some pressure put on there. Kreider tried to do something about it, and then some contact made in the midfield. Down goes number 7, Callum Bryan. And it was Daniel Shushin that fouled him. Number 7, Callum Bryan, the man who drew the foul, will not take a free kick. It'll be put into play by Colya Thomas. And now Guillermo Gonzalez with it. This one up forward, kind of a tricky ball to deal with, but a smart play by the captain, Seth Kabata, to head it back to his keeper. Mueller collects, and now we'll deal it out of the back to Lacona. Some good energy being brought by Benjamin Banks here out of the UK. Transfer from not too far away, I believe up in Bellevue at Northwest. It's an NAIA school up there. That ball out off of Andrade for a MSU Billings throw. That one's Banks, off of Banks, and out for a throw. Selenikio looked for it quick, but Kobata will end up getting it and taking it quick. Look forward to Selenikio, put it a little bit behind Andrade, but then what dribbling for a moment there to elude a couple Yellow Jackets. That pass needed maybe a little bit more on it, as we're seeing really good energy from the front line of the Yellow Jackets here, trying to force some sort of mistake in the back, but the Saints, on that one at least, get out of there clean. Martin with it, now Lacona. Banks the closest to him, and will allow him to pick out a pass forward where Kreider goes down on, nothing called. Now it's Banks looking. Banks shoots and scores. Banks puts in the goal, and you could see just with the energy that the British player Benjamin Banks brought it on. You could just tell with that energy that he was going to put it in the back of the net for Benjamin Banks. That is his first goal of the season. The sophomore transfer very likely could be his first goal as a And back into play now at 1-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. A goal that came a fair amount against the run of play. Been all Saints. Saints with 7 shots compared to just 3, and right back at it. Selenikio gets a shot saved. Now Kreider with it. He takes some contact and gets possession back before giving it away off of Banks. Goalkeeper Campagnolo is going to stay down here for a second. Campagnolo still stretching out that left hip a little bit, but just nothing crazy. Kobata. And now there's a throw from MSUB upcoming. 1-0 our score line here in the 36th minute of play here in the first half. Saints have had opportunities. See if allowing the goal kind of sparks them forward a little bit. Lacona now looking across to Martin. Back to Mueller, the goalkeeper. Martin working up the left side. Martin has it taken away. Drops it off, now looks forward, and it's out of play. Throw coming for the Saints. McClellan will take the throw on the far side. There's 3 subs made by Billings in the first half, only 1 from SMU. Near the end of this half, they got to be tired out there. Here's a shot, and that one's high. That one was off the foot of number 10, Vladimir Vogt. Transfer from D1 Bowling Green State University. The Denmark native just skied that one over the bar. And now it looks like Xander Koenig is ready to come on for the Saints. It's a dangerous ball right around in the middle, and off of the head of Lacona. Mueller will collect. Now Selanuccio with some green in front of him. Gonna drop one through there. Kreider will get it to Diego Andrade, who will send across there, and it's deflected by Kolya Thomas out for a corner. It's the 4th corner of the game for the Saints right now. As it will be Xander Koenig coming in.
Number 14, Xander Koenig.
Koenig steps on. The most recent goal for the Saints was scored by Koenig a week ago on a Thursday night in Bellingham. Ball floated into the front of the hodgepodge in the goalie box there and taken away by Billings. Now coming the other way, it's Martin with it near midfield. Banks still running around there with a lot of intensity. This ball put up and over the top. Lacona running there. The center back out of position floats that one, but it's set to be over the end line before he got contact on it. It'll be a goal kick. Now on the far sideline, this is Callum Bryan with it. He's got possession down the right wing. He tried to put in a cross, and that one's deflected. No corner. Can't even get a corner out of that hard run by Bryan. Now coming the other way, it's Fedkenhauer. Fedkenhauer looking up ahead, and the ball is poked through to Nick Mueller. Mueller will dispense a big throw right on the money there for a running Arjun Gill. And it's a throw coming for the Saints. Paul Lopez now checking in. Paul Lopez taking the place of number 17, Arjun Gill. Has been running down that far sideline quite a bit. There's a tackle from behind. Cameron Kreider taken down by his fellow number 5 there, Guillermo Gonzalez. Free kick coming for the Saints. Nathan McClellan now stepping up. He'll get the chance. He's scored on some looping free kicks already this season. McClellan over the top of it with the right boot. Floats it up, and it is beyond everybody out for a goal kick. It's a little bit too much on that one. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 1-0. MSU Billings has the lead on St. Martin's here in Lacey, Washington. Home opener for the St. Martin Saints this year. This one floated up, and the wind knocks that one down quick. That was a boomerang goal kick off the foot of Campagnolo. Saints with it, look forward. Selenikio stays onside there. Now he looks forward. This is Koenig putting it through in a dangerous spot. Nobody to it yet. And ends up going out off of the Saints. A clearance from MSUB that just took a deflection. Looked off the back of somebody's head there maybe. I kind of tucked it out of play. Under 4 minutes to go now in the half. That one's quickly to the Saints. Now looking at it in, Campagnola does a good job to call off his defense, allow that one to get all the way to him. And he will hold it now for as much of the allotted 6 seconds as he can. Saints playing high up. It is sliced through to midfield by Billings. Now on the far side. Gonzalez with it. And Paul Lopez nearly takes it away. But it is out off of Lopez for a MSUB throw. Lacona boots it down the field. Koenig with it. Head coach of the Yellow Jackets in his second season is Aaron Champenoy. Saints are, of course, led by Rob Walker in his 16th season. Koenig with it. Still on it. Now it's Selenikio. Selenikio, as he's fallen to the ground, puts a cross in there, but it's taken away by MSUB. And now Banks at possession, trying to start somewhat of a counter there. That one goes out off of the Saints for a throw-in for MSUB. They are in no rush to take this one quickly. They will surely just clear out the end of the first half. They'll head into the break with a 1-0 lead. But maybe they can search for something more here. The cross, nothing there, but now on the other side, Fedkenhauer sends it over the bar. It's a great charge forward by number 19 there, Camden Beck, who then sent one across and did not find a yellow shirt waiting there to head it home, but on the other side, Fedkenhauer had a shot, put it over the bar.
Remaining in the first half. 1 minute.
Under a minute to go now here. Vogt with it. A nice little flick on to Banks, and what a takeaway there by Lacona. The slide from behind. That one can go very wrong, and if it does, you're in a world of hurt. But Lacona did it to perfection. A key intervention to take away a possible attempt for Banks to try and have his second of the half. Now coming the other way, though, MSU Billings isn't done. That one has way too much on it, as it is out for a goal kick. Under 20 seconds to go here. Saints will put it in quick. Lacona will look down the field, try and send a long ball through in there, see if they can get something, but not on that one.
9, 8, 7,
Gonzalez up into the air.
4, 3,
and that will do it for half number 1. Welcome back here for the second half between the St. Martin Saints and the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. It's 1-0 thanks to a Benjamin Banks goal. It happened in the latter part of the first half. And there we already have a quick foul on the Saints. So it'll be a free kick coming up for the Yellow Jackets right away. Shot being lifted up there. No, I don't think there's any shot in there. The free kick, maybe a little bit dangerous. Diego Andrade with it now for the Saints, coming the other way. Saints in the second half will be attacking from right to left. There's an offside as that ball is cleared way gone. Saints will be attacking from right to left, wearing black with red lettering, and the visitors from MSOC are going from left to right in the yellow tops, white bottoms. Ball put back into play, back to the keeper, Campagnolo, who is in goal for MSUB. Keeper for the Saints once again is Nick Mueller. Angel Alvarado is the number 9 up top there for SMU. On that right side, Selenikio had a good first half. He had a lot of possession, a lot of running through some green grass. He was that kind of right wing position for SMU. Kobata, the right back, with it now, about to throw it in on the far sideline. Pass it to Selenikio, who's dispossessed. One back by Banks, the goal scorer. Now the Saints, though, with it. Alvarado got a brief touch. This is Martin. Back to Lacona. Lacona, a lot of pressure on him. Shushin now looking up, a left foot boot. Tries to get it over the Yellow Jacket defense, but does not do so successfully. This ball headed out. And it'll be a throw for MSUB. Banks with it. Banks weaving by one defender. Now with a little sliced pass inside, intercepted by Kobata. Selenikio on the far sideline. That ball, tried to put it over the top up ahead. Alvarado looked to be the first to it, but he was dispossessed by big Kolja Thomas. And now the Yellow Jackets are coming the other way. This ball's going to get all the way through to Nick Mueller, however. MSUB looking for their first win in the GNAC this season. They have played one game against the Great Northwest Athletic Conference foe. That was a game at home against Western Oregon, in which they lost 2-0. In their non-conference schedule, they escaped with a winning record, 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. 2 of 3 of those wins were against the South Dakota School of Mines. That ball off the hand of Daniel Shushin. Free kick coming for Montana State Billings. As Thomas, the German, he'll step to it and get it to his fellow countryman Fedkenhauer. As MSUB playing around the middle of the field with it, ball goes out off of the Saints. On the other side, St. Martin's wins versus Westmont, Sonoma, and a GNAC win over Western Washington. Dramatic game up there in Bellingham, with Xander Koenig found the game winner in the late going, completely against the run of the play. The ball kind of was batted around a couple times, fell to Koenig, who took just a couple touches and finished it, tucked it neatly in the back of the net. This ball rolls all the way through to Nick Mueller, who picks it up and will dispense when ready. Drops it at his feet and gets it to Martin. Selenikio with it. Press is up, however, and now a throw for the Saints. Kobata will take it. High throw down the sideline. Deflects off the blonde head of David Settle there. And out off of the Saints. Throw for MSUB. Saints had a couple opportunities in that first half. They had a penalty called before center ref thought better of it. And changed it to a free kick just outside the box. And then Selenikio put in a goal, but he was offside on the play. This ball forward is headed away by Martin, and Shushin will collect. Diego Andrade in the middle of the field. Settle can't retain possession. Banks with it now for MSUB. Thomas gets it to Fedkenhauer. Fedkenhauer hits the dirt. Fedkenhauer, not a big character there, 5'5", out of Ahrensburg, Germany. Now gets it forward. Banks with it. Banks looking for options, and it bounces around a little bit before the Saints partially clear, but now still with a yellow jacket. This cross is put up. Banks fires, and the header goes wide. It is off target from Benjamin Banks. In pursuit there was number 33, Sam Kenner, who we did not see in the first half. True freshman, 6'1", out of Littleton, Colorado. A relatively short trip to get to Billings, considering the spread geography of his team. That one goes out as Merida can't get to it. Merida, the forward for MSUB, originally from Kyoto, Japan. His first stop in the U.S. was in Kansas, Dodge City, Kansas, where he played JUCO soccer before now ending up in Billings. This ball bounces around a little bit. Saints decide that they don't want to deal with that and kick it all the way back to Mueller, and they'll work out of the back. Kept in by Selenikio. Now Settle watches it, gets picked right in front of him. This ball coming forward, but Lacona deals with it. Still Billings ball. Selenikio now does have possession on the far side. He pushes it forward to Alvarado, who might have been offside, but it's out of bounds anyway. Throw-in for MSUB. 36 minutes to go here in half number 2. St. Martin's women's soccer team is on the road today. They are playing up at Seattle Pacific University. That game just about 15 minutes gone up in Seattle. Later tonight, the St. Martin's volleyball team will take on Alaska Anchorage over at Marcus Pavilion. As all the teams get into full swing of the October season, where pretty much everybody's season is kind of going to be made or broken with the bulk of the conference play coming in this 10th month of the year. Crossfield pass, looking for Marita, but it goes off of his head and out of play. Throw-in goes to Lacona from McClellan. McClellan playing a left back role, but he is more than comfortable to surge up if needed. McKellen and Kobata both. As this is onside apparently from Alvarado. The shot saved by Campagnolo. What a save, one-on-one. As that one had Angel Alvarado free, but he could not tuck away the one-on-one opportunity. Probably some questions if he was even onside or not, but in the end, it was all for naught, as now Banks charging it down right behind, I believe, Kobata there. That ball's kicked out. Throw for MSUB. An offside goal taken back, a penalty taken back, but that might have been one of the best chances that the Saints had today, with Alvarado one-on-one with the keeper and couldn't get it by Campagnolo. And that ball cleared up and away in the first... Is it the first corner of the game? I believe it's the first corner of the game for the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be on the far side, it seems. Already mentioned Fedkenhauer, not the biggest customer, so that's why they're going to have him out there taking the corner kick. He's tying his shoe right now on top of the ball. I think it was a clearance that originally sent the ball over the end line, as the Saints just wanted to get rid of it. Now Fedkenhauer, he'll send it in. Nothing now on that one. Closest to it was Vladimir Vogt, but couldn't get really anything worthwhile towards the frame of goal. Martin rebuffs this ball forward, and again, this time with his head, and then back to his feet to rebuff it up and away. Nice drop off to David Settle now. Some green grass in front, left it a little bit behind Gill, who's have to wait for it to catch up with him. Now this ball is sent to McClellan right in front of the sideline. Nice little back pass there to David Settle. Now McClellan, as Diego Andrade just got ran over. This ball goes cross field, and coming out to grab it is Campagnolo. High arching cross there to try and find a black jersey on the other side. Couldn't connect. Callum Bryan with it, wearing one of the captain's armbands. He's intercepted across the field by McClellan, and now it's Morita. Sends in a cross there, nobody home. Back out, and McClellan will push it up the sideline out off of Andrade. This is Vogt. Bryan now with it. Bryan to the far side. His cross sent in. Nothing on that first attempt, and then that shot, Banks fired that one, and that one just blindsided the head of Zach Martin, who got it right in the ear hole, it seemed. And immediately the trainer is going to be asked to come out, as Banks had a clear shot on goal on that one, blocked by Zach Martin. And he immediately is just sitting down, holding on to his ear. Doesn't seem too shaken up by it, just needs to take a moment to absorb the hot shot that came right at his head. Zach Martin, a key member of the St. Martin's defense. Him and Lacona heading up that two center back spots, doing it pretty well thus far in this season. In the wins, the defense has been a big part of it. Of course, part of that is Nick Mueller in goal, but a 1-0 shutout at Westmont, a 3-1 win at Sonoma, 0-0 draw with Colorado Christian, and 1-0 over Western Washington, and that was not an easy 1-0. They were receiving constant pressure from the Vikings attack. Drop ball will go to Nathan McClellan, who'll pass it back to Nick Mueller. Mueller And we'll get it to Selenikio. And back to Mueller. Drop it at his feet. Diego Andrade with it right at midfield, looking over at Arjun Gill. Arjun Gill at the left wing roll. Settle, try to run in the middle of the field. Now Andrade with it, looking at Alvarado. Back to Gill. Now Shushin. Go back and forth. Believe that the Saints are playing with 9 right now. 10, excuse me. 9 fielders. As Martin is off the field and they are waiting to get on the sub for him. That was a back pass right there, so Mueller can't pick it up. Goes short. And then not enough on that pass before a foul is committed. Banks, number 22 out there, took down Kabata. Now we have a sub coming in for the Saints, replacing number 22. It's Hayden Gonder. Gonder mentioned all about the international representation on the MSUB squad. Gonder is one of the handful of international representatives on the Saints. He, as well as Shushin, are out of Canada. Shushin from Concord, Ontario, and Gonder from just north of British Columbia. It's been a fairly even played match right now. Couple more quality chances maybe for the Saints, but the big goal coming from Banks late in the second half, as there's a foul on Montana State Billings. Arjun Gill is taken down. And now the Saints putting it back into play. MSU Billings, their work rate, however, by their attackers right now. Getting a good amount of it. They're waiting for that mistake to be made, possibly by the St. Martin's defense, and there was a great tackle coming in there to snag the ball away as Callum Bryan. Now Marita with it. Working his way back into play, however, was Arjun Gill there. And now it is Guillermo Gonzalez with it. The Spaniard sends it forward. Kobata can't make contact with the possible header there, and then he is able to win possession, however, on that far side. David Settle with it now. Selenikio back to Kobata. This one forward, up the line, but back to Thomas, who gets it to his keeper. 27.5 minutes to go here in frame number 2. Andrade wins back possession for the Saints, followed by 2 Yellow Jackets. Gets it to Gill. Gill looking forward. Up the side, Selenikio was the closest to it, headed away by the Yellow Jackets, and they have possession on the far sideline. They send it forward. Charging it is Bryan, but Lacona wins back possession. A tug on his arm from Bryan. Not enough to call a foul there. Lacona just shrugs it off. This is Gonder, really Gonder's first touch since he's come on in replacement of Zach Martin. Not the best back pass there. Make your heart skip for a beat or two. McClellan, though, with it on the near side. Now Gill Gill looking at Alvarado. Alvarado lost possession, but Andrade helps win it back. This through ball is in. Gill looking the closest to it, but it's sent away by Gonzalez. Throw coming for Nathan McClellan. Ball gets thrown onto the field, but they just shrug it off there. This one comes off of MSUB, and it will be a corner for St. Martin's University. Saints are on the road at Western Oregon on Saturday, playing down in Monmouth. It's a corner, first corner of the second half for the Saints. Put in there, the shot is just high. That was Angel Alvarado who had that ball on the top of the box and smacked it as hard as he could, but sent it over the bar for a goal kick from Campagnolo. Another good shot, good chance for the Saints. 25-25 to go here in half number 2. This ball is blocked out of play. Throwing will come from Jack Jarrett. Jarrett from Heber City, Utah. He's taking his time on the throw, as we will start to see, I'm sure, more and more, as Billings is more than happy to work the clock as much as they can with their first GNAC win. Very much staring them in the face. Goal kick will go into Gonder. Gonder now working it out of the back. Kobata will make the throw. Kobata with it to Alvarado. Argent Gill all alone on this side. Well, it might be a little bit too much for it. He was kept on asking for it. Just a little too much put on it.
Throw it, Connor.
And Jack Jarrett will make the throw in. Saints trying to work hard to win back possession every time it's lost. Settle won back possession briefly there, but deemed to have done so illegally by taking down Sam Kemmer. Kemmer hits the grass, and a foul is called on Settle. Ball's back in now. This cross is sent in, put up into the air, and out for a corner. 10 shots for the Saints today, 6 for MSUB. Bjarne Fedkenhauer now. And Fedkenhauer puts it up. That was a header from Kolya Thomas, number 2 there, but it is off target as Mueller would get a goal kick out of it. Takes it short to Goner. Saints will try and work it out of the back. Long ball up there to Alvarado. Can't collect it cleanly on his first touch there. Not with the pressure that he had from a Yellow Jacket. This ball is sent forward, and right now it's 2-on-2 with reinforcements charging in. Wide open on the back post there was Fedkenhauer. But it's a shot taken, blocked, out of bounds for a corner. Once again, for MSUB, they will be in no rush to take it. Edgenauer sends it in. Foul is called in the mosh pit there. Somebody fouled somebody in the mosh pit. Foul called on MSUB for an infringement. Too much contact on the corner. This one into Alvarado now as the Saints trying to work a quick counter. Settle with it. Not too much near him. Now on the far side, Kobata looking for it. Settle. Dispossessed briefly, but then gets it back to him. Now Settle looking for options, but he is once again smothered in the middle of the field. Daniel Shushin, good work to get that one back. Oh, that's a tough turnover to give away there. Gonder trying to fight for it back. Options, Marita. Marita in the back of the net. A goal from Rushiro Marita. For Marita, that is his first goal of the season. He does have an assist, but the native of Kyoto, Japan makes it 2-0. Billings in front here with 20 minutes and 21 seconds to go in half. Number 2.
Substitution for the Jackets. Checking into the game, number 9, Ty Boland.
Xander Koenig just came in for David Settle for the Saints as we are back underway.
14 for 15. Is it 15? Settle?
Yeah, 15.
That ball sent forward, grabbed by Campagnolo.
Start the clock. The clock.
Is number 14.
With it on the near sideline, but it's out on MSUB. And we're right at the 20-minute mark now to go. McClellan with it on the near side. Now it's Andrade. Back to Gonder. And Andrade. Saints' only option is to start sending more bodies forward. They got a lot of black near that front line. This one's sent out of play. And Selenikio will take a quick throw. And that's going to be an offside. That is a mental miscue right there. Selenikio took that throw quick and he was off. It was a stringent back line by MSUB that was able to pull him off. And this 2-0 scoreline, MSUB will make sure that plenty of time can run off the clock before Campagnolo takes the kick to send us back into action. Shushin the first to it. Gonder fighting for it, but it goes off of MSUB out of play. A throw upcoming for the Saints. Now Kobata will take. That's a bad turnover now coming the other way. This ball put in, recovered by SMU. Then good speed from McClellan down the near sideline before he gives it away. A turnover now. Now Marita with it, the goal scorer. Most recently for MSUB. This is a turnover, but Selenikio takes too big of a touch, and it goes to the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jacket ball on the far side. This ball comes forward. Oh, and what a tackle there from Seth Kobata. who was just able to dispossess, I believe that was number 9, Ty Volland, the leading goal scorer for Montana State Billings. Crossfield pass now is into Arjun Gill. Lots of contact there, a little bit of a hand on his shoulder. Andrade now with it with some time. Andrade looking for options, dribbles by another MSUB player, and then the cross is deflected all the way through, and MSUB collects on the other side. Gonder playing quite a bit up, and now it's a throw for Billings.
Returning to the game for the Yellow Jackets is number 20, Mark Paul Renaud.
Renaud will step back in. Throw will come from Camden Beck in a moment here.
Did that sub come on? Who was it?
Taken away by Selenikio.
Them, right?
Yes.
Ball deflected around a little bit more. This one gets to Banks here. Banks technically has the game winner under his belt right now. Kobata dispossesses him. Selenikio with it. Selenikio then has his pass intercepted. Battle on the far side with Fedkenhauer, won by Billings. This cross sent in. Morita with a goal already. A nice backheel touch. But he is dispossessed. Given back to the Yellow Jackets, however. Lots of contact from Andrade, and it was just too much on Vladimir Vogt. Eventually the center ref called it. Billings puts it back into play pretty quickly. Now it's their ball. They tried a little flick on back heel. Goes out, and McClellan will fire it in off the throw. Andrade with it now. He's guarded by Vogt, the man who he just fouled. Kobata flying around on that far side of the cabin, trying to be a spark plug right now. Under 15 minutes to go. Saints down 2-0. They need a goal and then some. Cameron Kreider looking like he's ready to come on as a sub over there near the table. As Xander Koenig is part of possession being won back for the Saints. Selenikio with it. Back to Lacona. Center back with it. McClellan now. This one up ahead. And rebuffed away by MSUB. Their ball with Renaud. Now Thomas. Morita with it. Back to Renaud. A good run of play there. This ball down the side. Banks is going to be one-on-one with the keeper, and he sends it wide of the right post. Banks had a goal already today, but not able to tuck that one in the back of the net, as he just tried to do a little too much to get it by Nick Mueller. Lacona sends it forward to Arjun Gill, but it was out of play.
The Saints, number 5, Cameron Kreider.
Stop clock because of some throwing to his man that was about to throw it in that the center ref deemed maybe you could have been a little bit more accurate with that toss. And the throw back in will get us back underway. McClellan now will throw it for the Saints. This ball high into the sky, but it's out of play, foul onto the track.
Returning to the game for the Yellow Jackets.
Jack Jarrett will make the throw when
Reese Benjamin.
Marita subbed out after he scored his first goal of the season. This ball sent in. Lots of contact there, and it will be a late foul call there. As Vogt drew it, I believe Shushin was giving him the contact. And a free kick coming in a dangerous position for MSUB. The discussion right now is between Vogt and Fedkenauer. Vogt stands over it from his left foot. Fedkenauer, he looks more likely to take it with his right. Nope, it'll be Vogt on the ground and saved by Mueller. Simple save for Nick Mueller. Sends the ball up the sideline to McClellan, who flicked it forward to Andrade, and then Andrade's feet just came completely out from under it. Two 2-0 scoreline here. 11 minutes to go in half number 2 between the Saints and the Yellow Jackets. This one sent forward. Reese Benjamin flicks it too far in front on the touch, and Mueller collects. Gets it to Koenig, who then has that intercepted. A couple key freshmen on the field right now for the Saints. This one is taken away well by by Andrade. Koenig with it, but a slide tackle intervenes. Kabata with it. Little 1-2 there with Daniel Shushin, has Kabata free on the far side. Coming back in to make a play. They call a foul on Banks. Banks fouls Kabata. Puts it back into play quick on a free kick. Arjun Gill with it. Oh, and that is a brutal turnover there. The shot, I do not know where that one was intended. Presumably the goal. But Reese Benjamin caught the wrong side of that one and sent that one closer to the baseball field than the soccer field. Benjamin wins back possession, however. Maybe he'll get a chance to redeem himself. Nope, not on that one. Good tackle there to take the ball away from him. Andrade dispossesses him, and now he has the ball on the near side. Forward to Kreider. Kreider looks up ahead, but the only place that ball will get is to the goalkeeper, and he's going to dribble it at his feet as long as he can until Koenig will get close enough to force him to pick it up. Gonzalez with it. This ball too far in front. McClellan with it. 8.5 to go now. McClellan back to Andrade, who puts it up. Kreider fighting. This ball, however, is taken away, and it's coming towards the St. Martin School. Benjamin with it. Benjamin across. Nothing there. And a good job by Mueller to just stick with coming off his line and go all the way out to smother that one. That Ball off the shoulder of Kreider, so no handball, says the center ref, but booted back down the field. Billings very much has the luxury being able to care less if this ball is just batted back and forth around the midfield area. This through ball is once again, oh, there's a foul called and a penalty called. A penalty call that'll stop the clock, and I believe Arjun Gill was dragged down there. A lot of palms up in the air from MSU Billings. This is the second time that we've seen a penalty called, and right now Guillermo Gonzalez is doing everything he can to argue it. Clock is stopped at 7 minutes and 41 seconds right now. The Saints with a goal make this a whole new contest. Diego Andrade will step up to the penalty spot. No card was issued. And he tucks it in easily. Diego Andrade, number 10, with the goal. That is his second goal of the season. And just like that, the Saints are...
St. Martin's goal, scored by number 10, Diego Andrade.
Ball will be put back into play at the 7:38 mark. It is 2-1 now.
Checking back into the game for the Saints is number 7, Sean Selanicchio.
Saints with it here. 7:14 to go here in the second half. Saints down by 1. Look forward. Benjamin takes it away, and that is a very dangerous tackle. No, Benjamin's really selling it as much as he can, and it looks like a yellow card is out. A yellow card issued to number 11, Paul Lopez. Coming in there, Billings doing all they could to try and argue for a card that was red rather than the color of their jerseys, but our center ref here just opts to go with the yellow card on Paul Lopez, number 11. Free kick will come in to Fedkenhauer, and that's going to be a shot on goal.
11 came in for who?
18 came in for 11.
Saints with it on the far side. And another foul will be called on the Saints. So over the past couple minutes, a St. Martin's yellow card issued to number 11, Paul Lopez. Then number 8 for MSUB, Bjarne Fedkenhauer, had a free kick that went all the way on goal. And then a foul again on the Saints there, as this is going to be a throw for MSUB. Count is now at 5:45 to go here in the second half. This one forward to Andrade. Lacona with it. Lacona out of the back. Andrade with it. Andrade to Shushin. Back to Andrade. Lopez with it on a yellow. And another foul is going to be called there, and the clock is going to be stopped immediately by a foul called on MSUB. And a free kick coming for the Saints in a very interesting spot here. A yellow card issued to number 24. That is Jack Jarrett that gets carded there. So we've had two quick yellow cards issued. One to the Saints, one's to MSUB.
Yellow card has been issued to the Yellow Jackets, number 24, Jack Jarrett.
Two-man wall right now. Lacona will take the free kick. This is much more of a passing opportunity than a shot opportunity on the free kick. The wall is made up of Jack Jarrett as well as his teammate Reese Benjamin. Puts it up, and it's not high arcing enough. Kobata, though, will get to it for the Saints. Kobata still with it, looking forward, and it's going to be an offside call. St. Martin's doesn't like it because they don't think that the man off was playing it. And that's what Gonder's asking about. He's saying he just let the ball go by him. Why are we allowing a free kick to happen because of that? Now we're going to get plenty of the art of time wasting here in the final 4 minutes and 20 seconds, I'm sure, as MSUB will be very excited about the potential of letting this clock run out and escape with their first GNAC win. Now it's Fedkenhauer over it. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in half number 2. Fedkenhauer, another high ball that just goes nowhere near the goal. Goal kick for the Saints, put in quickly. Gonder with it. Back to Andrade. Andrade slices through two. This looked like offside there, and it was. Paul Lopez was beyond the back line, and he has the flag raised for him. And now Billings will do what they can to milk out the clock before taking the free kick, sending us back underway. The clock will definitely tick under 3 minutes before we do get back underway. And the clock will stop, and a yellow card will be issued. This yellow card is issued to number 5, Guillermo Gonzalez, for time wasting.
Yellow card has been issued to Billings, number 5, Guillermo Gonzalez.
Clock stop at 2:57. And we're back underway. Throw in coming for MSUB. Jack Jarrett with it. He's on a yellow. Now he'll fire it in. And the Saints will have possession. Andrade forward. Lacona, the center back, is now going to be playing as an attacker, it seems, for this final stretch as the Saints push for an extra goal. Andrade is running hard to this one. Looked like he was onside, and this ball is out for a goal kick. Andrade wanted a corner earned on that one. There's a hard run to it. The tackle was deemed to have gone off him last, and now 2 minutes to go here in half number 2. Campagnolo making sure his entire team pushes up. As this one's going to come back to him, and he'll hold it at his feet, pick it up. And now Lacona will count him down to his 6 seconds that he's allotted. Kind of a clunky goal kick or punt there. Ends up going out of bounds. Saints will have a throw with 1:20 to go here. Throw up the sideline. Ended up being grabbed by Billings. Saints put another ball in. This one's headed out. It's going to be a corner. With just over a minute to go, the Saints will have a corner from the far side.
1 minute remaining in the second half. 1 minute.
Diego Andrade, the man standing over it. Probably the last chance for the Saints. Nothing to it. Nobody gets there as this ball is cleared away. 45 seconds now to go as McClellan will go back to Mueller. Mueller, all he can do is just send it forward, and now we'll see how long this throw-in takes to be put back into action. 25 seconds to go. Jared on a yellow, so he doesn't want to mess around with any time-wasting possibilities. This ball sent to the far side. Banks. MSUB to the corner as the 10-second clock will start to count down.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that will do it. A 2-1 final score. Came from Diego Andrade. Once again, final score 2-1. The Saints fall at home against MSUB. They'll be on the road this Saturday against Western Oregon. We will talk to you the next time the Saints are at home next week. We hope to see you then. Until then, maybe you'll tune in for the St. Martin's volleyball game tonight at 7 o'clock versus Alaska Anchorage. Please have a great rest of your now evening, and stay safe out there.